Hello and welcome back to a very special episode 10 of Two Mugs and a Guitar with me, Dary.
And me, Jarvis.
On today's episode, we are going to be kicking it off with our hats.
Yep.
We've pulled our genres, we've pulled our...
Artist.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one next week. We've got the specials and rock as well, which we're going to have an intro of. It's a bit of a
funky one.
A bit of a rocky one.
It's cool. I like it.
Yeah,
so enjoy it.
So I hope you have fun with that one. And then, of course, we're going to look at the poll. The winner this week is Suede. Woo! Suede by Suede.
Suede by Suede.
So we're going to listen to that this week. And then, of course, we have some new picks for the poll this week. Vote in the fucking poll.
Yeah, absolute giblets.
Vote in the poll. It's right there. It's right below. Click on it. Vote in it.
We're going to have to start doing polls on every thingy, like Apple Music.
We're going to have to start sending out papers.
Yeah, we get pigeons. Sheets. We get pigeons.
Yeah, because honestly, you guys are fucking shit at voting in polls. So vote in a poll. Jeez, it's not hard.
Yeah, what are you, blind?
It's not hard, mate. So find out which albums are up, which will be in a few moments' time. And then, of course, vote the one that you want.
Yes.
God, okay? And then we have the album this week, which is Fontaines D.C. Skinty Fia.
Skinty Fia.
Yeah, and that's going to be good. We're going to talk about that and have a little chat about it. And then we've got the music news, which actually we've got some exciting news this week. So sometimes the news is a bit boring.
Controversial.
Yeah, but this time it's good.
Yeah.
We have Dave Grohl and having a baby outside of a marriage. Oh, God.
Wedlock broke. Yeah.
Formerly known as what common people would call as cheating.
Yeah. Do you know, you don't get away with it too often.
Yeah.
Especially when you impregnate someone.
Yeah.
That's the harder one to get away with.
Yeah, that's the harder one to get out when you've got a physical proof baby of the cheating that you did. And then we've got
Linkin Park and Emily Armstrong joining the band. Controversy around her not being Chester, which we also get into detail on. And then just kind of our opinions on that.
Yeah, we have a little chat. And then super bad news for me.
Ooh, Black Midi.
My heart is broken. Black Midi have broken up.
I don't really mind that much.
We're going to talk about that too. So I hope you have a lovely day.
Have a good one.
Have a good one.
Slow
Bye.
Check.
See you. Welcome to Two Mugs and a Guitar with myself, Livingston 17th of his name, General Major of Scotland, and
Dary. Welcome back, lads.
Obviously, it's me, Jarvis,
Jarvis of the Daltons.
Jarvis of the Daltons here today to talk about music and stuff. So, episode 10.
Whoa!
Woohoo! Yeah, we made it to double digits. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I do want to address. We both want to address that. Obviously, we did miss a week last week, so anyone who was eager to see an episode and who didn't see it,
Sorry about that.
Sorry. Yeah, we had some important things to be doing.
We tend to.
Yeah, Shannon. Well, first of all, you just come back from a trip from Paris, so
over in Paris.
Over in Paris, he had a great time.
Unbelievable. Disneyland is a must.
Yeah. I've never been to Disneyland.
Yeah,
so...
you need to go. I'm telling you now. The thing is with it, it's for all ages, but once you do what you're so roller coasters, I said to you, I'd never done before.
Yeah.
Once you do one, you'll do them all.
I think that's wild, that you've never been on a roller coaster before.
Yeah.
And then the roller
from
coaster.
Cavan, so.
Yeah, true. I suppose so. But then the first roller coaster you ever go to is Disney World.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Disneyland. Disney World is a bit more.
Disneyland. Sorry.
Come on.
Okay. Now. Disney World, Disneyland. They're both the same thing.
Yeah.
Are they?
No, they're
Is Disney
different.
World a thing?
Disney World's in Florida.
Oh, right. Okay.
Is that Disney World? Disneyland is in all over the place, but Disney World, I think, is the only one. The only one is in Florida.
Is in Florida.
I'd probably completely wrong on that.
Yeah. Corrections next week.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't done that in a while.
But you had a good time in Paris, yeah?
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. It was absolutely class. The only downside to it was we didn't go for long enough. So we only went for 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely go back over because we want to go and do Moulin Rouge as well.
Yeah.
But it's just so expensive. It's nearly €300.
Is that like a Broadway show or?
It's like burlesque.
Right. Okay.
Burlesque dancing.
Yeah. Okay. You ever seen Chicago before?
No.
Good film.
Okay.
Yeah, you should watch it. Sort of like burlesque.
Yeah.
In fact, I reckon you and Grace would really like. Grace would
I'd say
probably
she probably has seen it. Yeah, I'd say she's probably seen it.
It's actually a good film. It's got some good songs on it as well. It's a good musical.
Yeah.
It's got this song called fuck. What is it? Oh no.
Fuck.
Prison. I hope I could have done it. She would have done it. She only had themselves to blame. And if you get it, you better than it. Yeah, Hollywood would have done the same. It's a sick song. The prison jail. I don't know, fucking know, prison, whatever it's called. Anyway, it's sick song.
Good.
It's so good that I've forgotten all the lyrics and the name of it. Yeah. And also, we also missed a week because, unfortunately, my girlfriend's grandmother passed away.
Condolences.
So yes, rest in peace there, Bernadette. So after that whole weekend with the wake and the funeral, it was very knackering, and couldn't really find the chance to make an episode. So do apologise for missing it, obviously, but we had more important things to tend to, so we weren't here. But we're here now.
We're back.
Yeah,
we're
here now.
Fucking back, baby.
We're back now. Yeah, it feels nice to be back.
Yeah, I'm so happy. Because you missed that weekend, you feel I felt like there was nothing to do with the weekend.
Yeah, I felt it was kind of strange.
About and I was
felt like I was missing something. I was like, what's going on?
Me.
Yeah. Oh, cutie. We're back. But yeah, so we're actually going to have a guest as well next week, aren't we?
Yes, we have a guest coming on now, Eleanor.
Yeah.
She's a mutual friend of my girlfriend's. And very into music, so I'm interested to see what kind of an opinion she has in terms of the topics that we're talking about that week. So I'm looking forward to it, and she'll definitely give us her opinion. Yeah,
very opinionated.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say opinionated. I'd say she'd be she knows what she likes in terms of music and stuff like that. So
not afraid to say that was shit.
Yeah, definitely.
Just turning your microphone a little bit there. I've only met Eleanor once, very briefly.
Yeah.
She seems like a nice lady.
No, she is. She's good.
It'd be nice to have her around. It'd be nice as well just to kind of have like a different voice on the show.
Yeah.
Rather than our own. So
you never know, it might become a thing.
Yeah, it might be. I mean, I always said that I would like to have kind of people on every now and again. So, if it goes well, we might add her on every now and again, and maybe even every episode. Never know. We'll see.
That now, Eleanor's gonna be sitting there shitting herself. She's like,
oh my god, like they don't want me back every week. Oh my god. But yeah, no, we'll see how it goes, and it'll be nice to spice it up and have a female voice on the show to bounce off. That'd be good. But yeah, so look forward to that. If you're getting sick and tired of me and Dary, then we've got a new flavor.
It's just be 3 female voices now.
Yeah. Ha 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 ha. But yes, so that'll be good. So look, I kind of feel like we're throwing in a bit of a loop because I feel like I'm not really in the rhythm of things because it's just been out of sync,
But no, I mean, I suppose we had lots to do. I was on holidays, and then you obviously had the bereavement in the family, which is kind of understandable that we'd miss a week.
Yeah.
But we're going to come back stronger.
Yeah.
I think next week, I'm looking forward to next week now because that will kind of just show a different kind of view to the podcast and whatnot.
Exactly. Yeah. Should we move on to the hats?
Yes, we'll get the hats kicking here because I'm looking forward to the one we have today. Rock version Jarvis showed me prior to this, so you'll hear it. You'll have obviously heard it now.
They would have heard it already.
So
a bit wild.
Yeah.
When I showed it Shannon, she didn't recognise the song.
No, I don't think you're not necessarily supposed to notice the song because it's a rock song.
Yeah. So it's a rocky version of the Specials.
Yeah.
And if you didn't get it already, it's the Monkey Man song.
Should have had to pull that one there. That's a mistake.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's just Hosier. We're going to
I've just picked up a genre that's going to be very interesting.
Oh no! Right here, hold on. Now see who this is.
Oh my god!
See, this starts to freak me out. I get nervous when I'm doing this.
It's going to be such a fun one. Wow! What is it?
I'm up taking out. I just screw up a photo frame.
Is that floor wall?
I don't know what that is. Here, hold on until I get this fucking. I don't know. I might pull out two that I couldn't use there.
Might save that. There's something.
Oh, funny one.
Oh yeah, who is it?
Yeah, so we have Blur.
All right, okay. Do you want to know what I've got?
Yeah, go for it. Experimental. Blur. Holy fuck.
So that'll be an interesting one. That's Experimental Blur.
What song would you do even?
I know a lot of Blur songs. I'm a big fan of Blur.
Yeah,
so
I like Blur.
Maybe do like Caramel or like Battle already is kind of experimental in a sense. So maybe we could just make that a bit weirder.
I just avoid that one then. Just make one that's not experimental.
Like
experimental.
Charming Man.
Yeah.
And like make it experimental.
Is that not Morrissey?
No, you're thinking this charming man.
Actually, funny I brought up Morrissey there. I have him in my notes for the Skinty Fia.
You know what? Funny enough, I was talking about the Smiths as well.
No way.
Yeah. So we were on the same wavelength in terms of that. Yeah.
I think we're starting to get used to each other doing this.
Yeah, we know what we're talking about. Yeah.
Right.
So the poll this week as well. The winner was Suede.
We
had a quick chat about that. Yeah. So I got 9 votes for Suede, and you got I think about 5 or 6 for 311.
311.
So Suede does win. I'm actually looking forward to that.
I've never listened to them, so I don't know.
It will be. I think you'll like it.
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna not enjoy it. I don't think it's gonna be. I have a feeling it's not gonna be one of those albums that's gonna. To be fair, it might actually. You might love it, because I feel like you surprised me with things like, for example, "Bones" by Radiohead. When that happened, I was like, "What?"
Yeah, that was your least favorite song.
And yeah, it was on the Bends. Yeah, because to me it sounds quite dated.
Yeah.
And like because it sounds quite old, I'm like, I'm not really bothered. Whereas then like more modern sounding songs like "Nice Dream" and "Just" are like, whoa, you know what I mean? And I love those songs.
That's me because I'm very retro. I like my retro feels.
Yeah,
music.
and you see, Suede is very like. It feels very 90s.
Yeah, see, I'd like that then.
So I reckon you're probably going to really like it. Yeah, I think I'm going to like it just purely from the nostalgia because like my mum loves Suede and I grew up listening to Suede, but I never like as an adult listened to a Suede album all the way through. So it would be an interesting experience for me to kind of go back and be like, oh, I remember this when I was like 6.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Same thing that happened with Gomez when I re-listened to them again. But that was fun. Yeah. So anyway, let's pick the albums for next week's poll.
Yes.
So let's go ahead.
2 this week, I think.
In the world without you, it's only ever you. I only think of you. Oh, hello. Didn't see you there. It's me, Jarvis, from the recording lair. Recording this post-production in the recording lair. Just thought I'd cover some bases. We're not actually doing a poll this week. We decided after the show was over that actually we might do instead, to celebrate having a guest over, we might get her to give us a suggestion instead for next week that we will listen to, and we might do that again for another week or so, and then gather up some more suggestions for the polls. Oh, that looks a little bit creepy, doesn't it? Oh, nice. So yeah, send us some suggestions in the meantime, and we will listen to whatever she picks next week. So yeah, have fun, you dirty little man or woman. I don't discriminate. Have a great bloody day. Pick what you want. Okay, Grant, let's talk about our album.
Yes.
This week, which is Skinty Fia. I was going to say Skinty and you're going to say Fia.
Oh, sorry.
Which is Skinty
Fia
by
Fontaines
D.
C.
Yeah, let's get into it. Cool.
Let's get cracking.
Love is how cold love is.
Yeah. So before we get into the songs one by one, do you want to talk about like just an overview? What you thought about the album?
I rated it quite high. I think
Okay.
it's a very good album. But I think I found the kind of Irish authentic voice to it. It was hard to decipher if he was a good singer or if he had a good tone.
Right.
But then I was just like, yeah, no, the songs themselves are quite repetitive as well, but it's not a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I did really enjoy it, so it was a good album.
Mm-hmm.
I love the instrumentals on it. The soundtracks were good.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, as an overview, and I didn't write down an overview like I normally do because I kind of already had it in my head anyway, so I didn't really feel the need to write it down. But they do something really interesting with the guitars in this album because the guitars aren't typical. Like, they're very, like, they're almost used as, like, an atmosphere, like, instrument rather than, like, because typically if you'd see, like, an indie rock band or an old rock band, you'll hear like dun 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 or whatever. But with the guitars, it's almost like in the background. You know
it's just kind of eerie.
Yeah, like I
said that as well.
I remember thinking like when I was listening to the guitars, the way they use guitars is similarly the way I would use synths.
Yeah.
In a song, like. Because I would normally have a guitar at the front, but then a synth in the background to kind of like create a soundscape in the background. But they do it with their guitars instead, which is very interesting.
Do you like it?
I do like it. Yeah,
I was thinking because I was like it seemed eerie.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy.
Yeah, but it sounds naturey.
Yeah, really?
Like just
because
like
I was thinking
outside.
more industrial. Like I was thinking more like mechanical.
Oh, maybe yeah.
So yeah, no, I was thinking the exact opposite from nature, like more like robotic and like industrial. Like that's the vibe I was getting, and it reminded me a lot of Warpaint, which are a band. I don't know if you've heard of Warpaint.
Heard them.
Really good.
Warpaint.
It's like painting stuff on your face.
Yeah.
They're like an all-girl band
never
from America. They're really cool. A really great bassist and drummer. And the first two albums, all they do in their songs, like the guitars are like basically just like droney sounds in the background, and the bass and the drums carry the music.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt a lot of this album was. It was like not guitar heavy, even though guitars were there.
Yeah.
But it was more bass and drums and vocals carrying the songs, and the guitars were more like just like a soundscape, like a color in the background. Like that's the way I kind of felt the general theme of the album was.
Yeah, no, I see like that. Like I mean, it was definitely eerie. Yeah. And like some songs are really slow and some songs are quite a little bit faster.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like in terms of tempo, like it was pretty consistent. Like it was quite a slow album.
Yeah.
There was a couple of songs that like maybe reached around the 110 like BPM region.
Okay.
But there wasn't like none of them. I don't think anyway. I couldn't tell. None of them were hitting like 120 or
no,
like.
I don't think so.
No, they were.
But it was a good album. I enjoyed it. Like I think I definitely go back to the album, but just not some of the songs.
Yeah, some of the songs definitely stood out to me.
Yeah.
But some of the songs kind of blended into one. I did find at times. So yeah, let's get into our breakdowns.
Do you know how to pronounce the first song?
1 second. I trying to remember how they sing it. In a crocchio. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, so it's in our
crocchio.
Croy. Good Joe.
Good Joe.
Good Joe.
Good Joe. Okay.
Gone is the night, gone is the day. Gone is the day, gone is the night, gone is the day.
Gone is the night, gone is the day, gone is the night.
It's a good song though. It's catchy.
Yeah, it is good. Do you want to talk about that a little bit, or do you want me to get into it first?
I can kick off here. I have a small bit wrote about it. So I felt like it was a very repetitive song, but still really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why it's so I don't know, but it grows on you and it's very, very catchy, kind of gaunty and haunted. When it speeds up, I started to enjoy it more. Mm-hmm. Very good song, to be fair. They mess around with time signatures in this track as well, a little bit, I think.
time signatures.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to teach you about time signatures in a little while.
Was
Derry.
not?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it messed around with the BPM. I think that might be where you like the tempo,
It could be that.
like it sped up. You mean?
No, well, not really. No, it's like it sounded like they were just kind of offbeat guitar playing, offbeat like.
It sounded 4/4 to me throughout. I don't think there was at any point in this album where they went out.
That was the only one that I thought they would have changed the time signature.
It didn't sound like, or maybe I just wasn't paying attention. It might have done. I need to listen to it again.
We'll listen to it again after this.
Yeah, and then we correct each other. I wrote down here, good song. I really like the backing vocals on this track. They sounded something like out of Midsummer. Don't know if you've ever seen that film. Like, so Midsummer, there's like all these like it's a creepy film. It's like a horror film, and there's like all these people in the background like singing in like Swedish and stuff, like like in the background and shit, and it kind of gave me that like haunted feel, which obviously is a bit similar to what you were saying. Guitars are really interesting. It almost sounds quite industrial. It sounds more like a machine than a guitar. So in the background it's just like, but it's not like a guitar sound. It just sounds kind of metallic. Drums are very interesting. Not sure if it's an electronic kit or if it's mixed, if it's just mixed in an interesting way, because it sounds like electronic. At the point of 3 minutes 20 in the song opens up at this point and the bass riff changes. It's effective to hold it this way. It feels very effective. So the whole way through the song up until that point, 3 minutes 20, the riff is just the same. It's just on the same note all the way through. And at 3 minutes 20, it goes like it lifts the whole song up, and you're like, oh! And even the vocals in the background like change from agree to agree, like it goes higher. And I thought it was good. Riff changes there at the 3:20, and it sounded very effective. Yeah, it was good. Good opener. I feel like it really set the scene for the album. To be honest, it made me feel like
this is what you're in for.
Yeah. And it's funny because I wasn't expecting the album to sound the way it was.
Yeah.
I was expecting a little bit more indie.
Yeah, I knew. I kind of felt like you'd say that to me, because you get that vibe with like they are very, very kind of different.
Yeah.
But like you're expecting it to be a certain way, but it's not. Especially for an Irish band to be as different as they are, it's not usual. I think it's very not what you expect it to be.
Yeah, avant-garde in a way, like a bit strange. Number 2, Big Shot. Everybody gets a big shot, talk about that?
It's a nice chill song at the start. I can't help but get early Kasabian vibes off it.
Okay.
And I think that's a kind of consistent throughout the album for me. I see a lot of Kasabian in it, and then as we said earlier on, then Morrissey and the Smiths kind of pop into it a little bit. I don't know, but I think they've got some inspiration off Kasabian.
Okay.
It's just Kasabian and ticked up an accent for me, as some of it was. Again, it's probably not the side of Kasabian that I really like. If that makes sense, but not that I don't like the song. This wasn't my favorite song anyway. Vocals are not an unreal vocalist, but he has great tone throughout. 2 good songs to start. Instrumental are it's very me.
Yeah, cool.
So enjoyed the instrumental.
I wrote down here, I love the lead singer's vocal delivery during this track, especially during the chorus. That it feels very menacing, like everybody wants a big shot, like baby. Like it feels very like almost like sarcastic, like fucking you. And I liked the way he delivered that line. Guitar riff in the chorus doesn't sound much like an instrument. It sounds like an animal wailing, like the. It didn't sound like a guitar, like it, but I knew it was a guitar because you could sort of tell. But it was very like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like it sounded weird. I wrote down this song gives me Joy Division energy.
Right.
I felt like it was very like punky, like do you know, like the Joy Division singer? It's got that deep voice.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the vibe I got from that. I will also add, by the way, and I do mention this later on in the notes. You keep saying Kasabian and Morrissey. Something that I got an overwhelming feeling about throughout this entire album is the Pixies.
Oh, maybe as well, yeah.
Yeah, I felt very Pixies throughout this album.
I don't know. I felt like I got a real vibe. Like there's one song in it, and I can't remember what song it is, and it's just like that is Kasabian. It's the Velociraptor album that they're singing from.
Okay.
That's just the feeling I got. But
Yeah, I like Big Shot a lot. It was one of my favourite songs on the album. It's not my favourite,
Okay, that's
but it was
okay.
up there. It was up there.
Oh,
So,
let me just check.
okay, you're fine then, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah, you didn't
I'm
pick
all right
Big
for now.
Shot, yeah, that's fine.
So,
Okay.
How Cold Love Is.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about that? Or do you want me to start?
Yeah, I've only a little bit wrote in this one as well. So this is probably one of my least favorite songs on the album.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Not my least favorite, but one of.
Mm-hmm.
So, sounds quite retro. Not a big fan of this one.
Mm-hmm.
I do get very repetitive vibes of the tracks, but I enjoy it. Again, I can't help think of Kasabian. Vocals wise, again, not really singing, but it suits the tone or the type of the sound of the album.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not, to me, it's like more like just soft talking.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not very expressive vocals.
Yeah,
It's more kind of like
almost spoken word.
Yeah, spoken delivery, kind of poetic.
Yeah. I wrote down here, unless you have a little bit more to say.
No, that's all right. That's okay.
They sit in their room, they're all consume. I wrote down here, can't help the impression that this is about people's tendency to watch or stream or use social media or gaming, and then they can't connect with other people in a genuine human way. So to me, it kind of felt like it was talking out against consumerism and like the dependency on social media and stuff.
Yeah.
So I like the message. It just felt the message.
Yeah.
Sorry. It just felt very much like he was trying to say like people have become disconnected with the feeling of love, so now love is cold in a sense because people don't know what it is anymore.
You kind of get that vibe of the whole album, though.
It's very pessimistic,
romance based.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, just to kind of their next album, I think, is called Romance.
Yeah, okay.
But it just you get that vibe of like failure to love, maybe.
Yeah, like failure to connect.
Yeah.
I get that. Yeah, like it feels like this whole album is very pessimistic.
Yeah.
Right, and I wrote down here just at the end, just before we move on to the next song. Not super bothered about this song. It could be a grower. Yeah, How Cold Love Is.
Yeah,
like it could be a grower, but like I listened to the album 3 times. You listened to it 4 times, right?
Yeah, 4 times.
Yeah. So we both listened to it a decent bit, but it didn't catch me that much.
Yeah.
Jackie down the line.
I don't think we rhyme. I will wear you down in time. I will hurt you. I'll desert.
Okay.
I thought it was a really, really good song. I said it's quite this is a catchy tune. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed this one quite a lot. Again, with the comparing, this one gives me Morrissey vibes all over.
Yeah.
Instrumentals are banging. Just a great bop. I go back to this tune for sure. Nice and quirky vocal and instrumental track.
It's funny you mentioned Morrissey in this song because I mentioned the Smiths as well in this song. Yeah, I'll get there in a second. So I wrote down guitar feels somewhat typical in this song, unlike the others, which were more like industrial, weird sounds in the background. This track feels quite like the Pixies in terms of the instrumental. In the line, I will hate you. I really like the line, I will hate you, I'll debase you. Sort of comes out of nowhere. And I wrote down, the lyrics in this song are pretty negative, but similar to the Smiths in the delivery, it's sort of comedic.
Yeah.
So like the Smiths will often do that thing where like they sing really negative lyrics, but the way they deliver it is almost kind of funny.
Yeah.
Like, and I got a very Smithsy vibe from that song. So it's funny that we both kind of got Morrissey and the Smiths. Yeah, that's kind of funny in that song and specifically. Yeah,
I think it's not the first time it happens or the last time it happens.
Yeah, no, I think I mentioned the Smiths again here at some point. Yeah. Do you want to move on, or do you want to talk about that song a little bit more?
No, it is a great song. I love how catchy and boppy it was, so it is enjoyable.
Yeah. I'll hate you, I'll debase you. I am Jackie down the line.
What a Dublin accent! That was sensational. You should be a fucking what you call that? Impressionist. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Anyway, Bloomsday.
Put on your coat and smile. Sad a swollen scene for a country mile. Brought it down.
Somewhat apocalyptic and grungy sound, I wrote down. Descriptive lyrics about a city falling apart or descending into chaos. So I got the impression that this is kind of like overlooking the city, kind of falling apart. Very pessimistic song. Again, very interesting choice of guitar sounds. Not very typical guitar sounds. This song, they almost sound like droney synths at times in this song. They almost sound like police sirens, which could be a way of further demonstrating a place falling into ruin. That's what I got.
I agree with that. Yeah, to be fair, it's to me the song was very eerie. It's a very eerie song, quite nice on the ears. Very low vocals. I think it says I can't read my own fucking writing.
Yeah.
And then
Go-
vocals again. Quite a retro feel to it, old school rock.
Mhm.
I'll be honest again, not my favorite on the track, but I
Mhm.
do like it. So far, I would come back to this album.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, this one wasn't a favorite of mine either. I gave it a 6.8 out of 10, so it was close to a 7.
Mine was 7.2.
7.2. Yeah. So we're around the same ballpark then. Roman Holiday, number 6.
Longer. Heard about the week on the Daily Mount sheet. Baby, come on,
Yeah, so you can go first if you want this one as well.
Yeah. So quite Pixies sound again in this song. I really like the lyrics in this song. Strong at building the scene. Get the sense that this song is very much about escapism, trying to find something like drugs or alcohol to escape your own reality. In the midsection, when the instruments drop out, I noticed the guitar is mixed in a very strange way, and it just kind of added to my feelings that the guitars were intentionally used as a way to build an atmosphere rather than be used as like a front instrumental device. So that's kind of the impression I got of that song. It was a good song though. I'll give it a 7.
So I love the intro to this song again. Very me, really like the vocals, the way they recorded it. This is Kasabian to me. Oh yeah.
I want to make sure you're just close to the mic.
That's all right. I'll put it a bit closer here.
Yeah.
So where did I go there? Recorded it. This is Kasabian to me, an album reference there as well. 1 minute 20 seconds in the Skinty Fia in the song. So I thought that was the title song when I heard it first, and then I looked at the name of it as Roman Holiday. It's like, oh,
yeah, and then the Skinty Fia's later. Yeah.
Yeah, it comes on then like 2 tracks later.
Yeah.
Really like this. I'm definitely coming back to this one. I loved instrumentals as well. Just felt it could bop my head to it over and over. Very good.
Yeah, I feel like the bass was good in this one as well.
Yeah.
The couple across the way.
Damage I will pay. All the mirrors face the.
Do you want to chat about that one?
Yeah, so this is my least favorite song.
Yeah, it's my least favorite.
Yeah,
as well,
what'd you put in it? What'd you rate it?
5.5.
Oh, Jesus, I went lower than 5. I went 4.9.
Fair enough, yeah. Well, we weren't far off. We were only
No,
0.6 off, yeah.
Yeah,
So, yeah. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, I wasn't into this one. I really love an accordion at the start. Just lost me. Listening to Roman Holiday, and then goes into this tune. It just doesn't bounce well.
Yeah,
I find it lowered the tone of the album for me completely.
Yeah, definitely. It felt weird coming from Roman Holiday into that track. Definitely,
there's no real oomph to it.
Yeah, I felt like maybe they should have had a slower song before that track, and maybe it would have lent into it a little bit more. So I agree with you there. I wrote down, I do like the lyrics and the story of a relationship not going that great, and it's definitely a somber track. Instrumentally, it didn't do enough to engage me. It was nice to hear an accordion, but it wasn't enough. Felt hungry for a piano or acoustic guitar to layer on top. So it felt like a bit empty.
It felt like it went on and on with the same tone.
Yeah, same vocal melody.
But and then the accordion wasn't anything spectacular for it to be the only instrument on the.
Exactly, yeah. I felt like it just needed something else in the back. Something maybe just even at like the 1 minute mark, just have like a little acoustic in the background or a little jingly piano or something. But it just kind of felt like a recording that he like did in like a hallway with an accordion and like with his phone, and it was like, oh yeah, put this
again.
On
then that's gonna be something they're going for, but it just didn't. I didn't get the vibe for it. I love accordions. I love
accordions are cool. Yeah,
folky scenarios like that. So I was expecting to be a lot better when I heard it coming in initially.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh no, it's just not for me.
Yeah, not the best. Yeah.
No.
Right, Skinty Fia.
Oh, right. So while I said this, this isn't my favorite song either.
Okay.
It's a 7.1.
Okay.
But I did actually really enjoy it. So I was like raw Kasabian vibes from the start. Velociraptor. Straight away, I wonder are they influenced by them. It's a good song. I think I'm still a bit lost after the previous song. It's a grower. It's a
grower.
Yeah, it's a grower. Very Dublin rapper vibes from it. Just not my type of music as well. Just not my type of song on the album. I think I probably would have enjoyed it more if I hadn't listened to The Couple Across the Way before it.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
I think that kind of it took to get back into it after that.
Drum beat in this song feels massive. Love the drums and the weird robotic glitchy synth moments. Very vibey track, easy to sink into. Lyrics have a really nice flow. This song builds a really effective atmosphere.
This is your favorite song, isn't it?
Maybe.
Well, if it is, I got it wrong, so it doesn't matter. See, I didn't want to do this. No, because I knew you were never going to pick a closing song for your favorite song, and I thought you were going to.
Oh, really?
I thought you were going to take it because it's just that vibe.
Hey, when you were talking to me, because I was listening to it again, just to like write some notes, and I was on the last song, and he was like, "Do you really like that one? What's that one called again?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's all right."
I was like, no. So I had two songs. I had between the next song, "I Love You," and Novak, whatever you call it. Novak, yeah.
As in for my favourites?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough, yeah. You were very close on one of them.
No, I Love You.
Yeah.
It was one of your favourites.
Yeah,
Second
Second favourite.
I knew, I always do. Fucking life is shit. Fucking bastard.
Right, okay. So let's talk about I Love You.
And if there was sunshine, it was never on me. So close, the rain, so pronounced is the pain.
I think it's a great song. I knew the song before I listened to the album, but I didn't know it was on the album.
Okay.
I knew the song before I listened to the song.
That felt very natural.
Really good song. I can't read my own fucking writing, lad.
Really good song.
I knew when I was writing this last night, I was like, you're not going to be able to read that when you read it tomorrow. Nice and chill, easy to listen to. I really rate the tempo of the song. Soundtrack got me bopping. Great second to last song after The Couple, which is whatever one, The Couple Across the Way. It was a really good song to come back on to got me back into the flow of the album again. And then great second to last song after The Couple, 7th track. I'm definitely coming back to this album, but not for some of the songs.
Yeah, cool.
Retro vibes again.
What do you think that song was about? You didn't get
no. I don't see that. That's my problem with listening to music. I don't listen to what the song is about. I listen to how the song makes me feel.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, how did it make you feel?
Very good. I really enjoyed it.
Really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I wrote down here. I think this is a disguised song. I don't think it's about loving someone. I think this is a very very patriotic song about their love for their own country and also their disappointment with the way the government/elite don't share the same love and passion for the country.
That's fair enough because you get that a lot.
Yeah.
It's just I Love Ireland kind of.
Yeah. Very punk message, but ironically probably the most easy listening track on the album.
Yeah. Definitely.
So it's very, that's not a diss, by the way. I gave it an 8 out of 10. So it was a good song.
I give it 8.1.
8.1. So we're super close there. In regards to what we thought.
What did you give Skinty Fia?
8.5.
7.1. So we're a bit off.
Way off, yeah. But I thought this was a really good track, and I really liked the lyrics. But when I was looking at the lyrics, what for I Love You?
No, I was going to say something there, but I was going to let you keep talking.
What is it?
I think I might got your rating wrong as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm raging because you got a lot of 8s. Maybe I didn't. Well, go on, keep going. Sorry, I interrupted you there.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Sorry. My bad.
So I really, really thought this song was really good. I Love You. I thought it was a really good track. And I really liked the lyrics. I thought the lyrics were brilliant. And I really liked the way he sang his lyrics. I thought he was really quite passionate about it.
Yeah.
I love you. Imagine the world without you. I really liked his flow and his cadence. I thought it was great. And when he went into the more bridges that were building up, is your mummy finna gay and is your daddy finna fall?
You know what they are?
Yeah, they're political parties. I know what
okay.
they are. Yeah, I just don't know whether they're left or right. I don't know. That's the only part I don't know. But they were good. I really like that song. And like I said, I felt like it was a disguised song. I don't think it's about loving a person. I think it's about them loving their country.
Yeah, I think it is very political, to be fair.
Yeah, but I thought it was a good song. Good message as well. 8 out of 10. Nabokov.
I did you a favour. I've let myself dry.
I really enjoyed this song for a closer.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, Dary.
I still give it a 7.5.
Yeah, I give it an 8.2.
Okay. Yeah.
But I goes, Jesus. Kasabian has to be some inspiration to this album. That's all I could think for 65% of it. Quite a good song. I feel like this could be one of Jarvis's favourites. Or I Love You.
Okay.
But yeah, I think the song itself, it was a good closer. It was very kind of it's so I got disappointed with the two with the couple across the way because I was really vibing on the album until then,
and that song kind of stunted it a bit.
The last two songs then got me back into it again. So there's only like I'd say maybe 2 songs that I wouldn't go back to. The rest of them I definitely would listen to again. Yeah, and that's a really good closer for an album, I think.
Yeah. Well, I wrote down interesting vocal delivery on this track. It's not like the rest of the album. It's very different. The way he's vocally singing on this song. It almost feels like he's drunk or something. Yeah. But it works. It's just different. This song feels very much like a wall of sound. It almost sounds like it's stepping the boundary between punk rock and noise rock. Yeah. It didn't sound like it sounded like just like in your face. Like normally this kind of song for me wouldn't feel like a closer, but due to the rest of the album feeling very chaotic, it actually fits really well. Yeah. It's a nice conclusion to the album. And I give it a 7.5 out of 10.
And I get 8.2.
Yeah.
So
let's talk about favourites then. I guess we'll get there.
Yeah, well, obviously yours is then
Skinty Fia.
Skinty Fia.
Yeah, my favourite song on the album is Skinty Fia. Yeah. I really love the drum kit in that song. I think the drum kit was like easily the most like the best sounding kit in the whole album. It sounds so fucking sick. And I love like the little glitchy like in the background. I was like, oh, this is sick. And it just made me like go, yeah, this is fucking great.
I just found myself sitting there last night when I was listening to it then again, just have just another like, quick glance across it. And Grace was sitting beside me and I was like, oh, she really liked this song, or oh, she really liked this song, and I just kept finding myself stopping showing her. And then she did like it. She was like, there was one of the songs, I think it was the last song, Novavac, I actually showed her. I was like, listen to that, just how much you think, because it was like I was really vibing off, and I was just sitting beside her like this, and I forgot she was there. And I was like, oh, fuck.
It is a good song. Like I said, 7.5. Great closer as well. Yeah, like, you know, and it's funny because most of the albums we reviewed, I'm always turning around and saying, I fucking hate this closer.
Same, yeah. I've been the same before I was listening. I was like, this song shouldn't be on the album.
Yeah.
Let alone be a closer.
But it feels, it works though.
No, completely.
It works as a closer. Yeah, completely. Really well. So you obviously thought my favourite song then was...
I Love You or Novavac, but I went with I Love You.
Okay, well, like I said, it was my second favourite, so you weren't far off. Yeah. My favourite was Skinty Fia, though. I thought your favourite was I Love You.
No.
I did put in brackets, and I might be wrong. Jackie Down the Line.
No, you're completely... No, mine was Roman Holiday.
All right, okay.
Yeah, I thought it was a really, really good song.
I was off then. Right, okay, fair enough. What did you think my album review was for the old album?
The rating.
Yeah, rating.
So I think I might be close, but I think I don't know. I said 7.4 out of 10.
I gave it a bit higher than that.
Really?
I gave it 7.7.
Oh, I wasn't.
But you weren't far off at all. I gave you an 8.2.
Oh, 8.1.
Oh,
I swear to God, look. 8.1.
I'm going to take that.
Yeah. That's cool. I got yours, haven't I, before?
Yeah, you got yours last time. Yeah, I'm going to take that. I'm going to call that as I won.
Put in the comments if he's allowed to do that, because I don't think he's allowed to.
Come on. 8.2, 8.1.
That's completely wrong.
Oh, fuck off.
It's completely different numbers. So you can't do that.
It's 0.1 off. I'm taking it as a win. I don't give a shit.
You're a wanker.
But yeah, look, really good album. Really good. It.
Yeah. Definitely go back to it.
Yeah.
100%.
In terms of like, by the way, I know we didn't really get a chance to think about this, but this is the 10th episode. So before we do get into the music news, we've obviously listened to 10 albums, right? Yeah. Which out of the 10 albums do you reckon has surprised you, made you like? Which ones like made you the best? Which one's the best? Like,
I think, funny enough, Black Midi was a big surprise because I actually really rated that, and the Benz was really good. My least favorite then. What do you think it was? My least favorite.
Do we need to say?
No, I don't think I have to say it again. But one of my favorites was actually Beyonce.
Oh really?
You bellend.
I think my favourite one, and it's the only one I've really revisited so far, and I reckon Fontaines is probably up there.
Yeah, Fontaines is definitely there now after that.
Yeah. But I reckon it's Bon Iver,
Oh, yeah,
Yeah. I've came back to it a couple of times, and I want to listen to more Bon Iver albums, but at the same time, I've got this weird thing in my head where I'm like, what if it comes up in a poll?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I won't listen to something.
Yeah,
unless it
I'm
comes
like,
up.
I want to listen to it, but I'm like, oh fuck no.
If I listen to it now, then I know what it sounds like.
Yeah, exactly. Then
So
it won't be.
we're starving ourselves. Of good
Yeah, it
music
won't be a
then.
genuine reaction. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm kind of like annoyed at myself. But I've returned back to that album a few times.
Yeah.
and I really like it. And it's grown on me a lot. I reckon I'd give it a higher rating. now.
I might go back to it myself because I didn't massively enjoy it, but it was really good.
But you really liked Black Midi and the Bends.
Yeah, I liked it, but the Benz would have been my favorite one. I'd say so far. I can't remember what ratings I gave it though.
I think you gave it a 9.
It was quite high.
Yeah.
So the Benz probably was my favorite one. It's very me like.
Yeah, I knew it was.
That's second, I'd say. That album was second. So
I'd probably say it was a close second for me. Yeah. I mean, the Benz for me is probably like a 7 or I mean,
one of your favorite artists, but not your favorite.
Not my favorite album by them. No, yeah. We need to get more Radiohead in the mix. Though.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting watching.
I actually seen something there recently. I think
computer.
It's in the Lark. There's the concert museum. There's a Radiohead thingy on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. A couple of euro to go to see it.
Well, look, that'll be interesting. It'll be cool. Yeah. And in terms of your favorite covers, like which one have you done?
My favorite cover probably was the one we done most recently. What was it? Where's the Love? Maybe.
Where's the Love?
Yeah. It was just
like. You practice what you preach. Can you turn the other cheek? Father, help us steal some guidance from above.
It's just nice. It's a nice simple song. Or Linger.
I was going to say Cranberries. I think
good.
The Cranberries one that we did.
Yeah, that's the best one, I'd say.
The what would you call it? Shoegaze.
Yeah.
I thought that was really nice.
That was
if you could return, don't let it burn, don't let it fade. And I know I'm not being rude.
Really good. I also have a special place in my heart for the SoundCloud rap Bob Marley.
Oh yeah, Bob Marley one, that was good.
Just because it was very funny.
Yeah.
Hey, doorstep. Sing sweet songs. Melodies. Pure.
But yeah, like
that was a good cover as well. To be fair, it was.
Yeah, it was at the end. Yeah. But like the actual like SoundCloud rap one, where I'm like, I thought that was a lot of fun. But I do think the best one that we've done is probably Linger.
Yeah,
so far the Cranberries was very good. But yeah, look, it's been a nice 10 episodes, and that's it. See you later.
Yeah, we're done. We're not doing any more episodes.
Yeah, no, it's over. Right, we're going to talk about music news. We're joking. Music news.
Yeah. Wanna listen to us do the news?
Yeah, for the news. Music news.
Wanna listen to us?
The news that you choose. The music news. Music news. The news that you choose. Music news. Music news.
Here we go.
Music news. So first on the agenda we have Dave Grohl.
Oh, controversial.
Who hasn't heard about this? I'm sure everyone in the world has heard about this, but we'll talk about it as well because it seems to be big news. So David Grohl has been a cheeky little boy.
A cheaty little boy. What a disaster.
Yes, he has had he's called it a baby out of wedlock. Other people might refer to it as cheating.
Cheating, yeah.
Or an affair. But he's tried to use the most what would you say?
Like the least
dickhead way of saying it as he possibly can. I've had a child outside of wedlock, okay?
And I'm going to support the child, and I'm also going to try and gain back the trust of my wife and
he
child.
Released a quote like, I'm going to try my best to have a relationship with this child and regain the trust of my family. You're a dickhead.
Yeah, go on. Like, you did it. It's your own fault.
Yeah.
I used to have a lot of respect for him now. I really don't like that shit.
Well, it's funny. Me and Shannon had a conversation about that in the car when the news first broke, and I have some interesting things to say about Dave Grohl. Well, not super interesting things, but look, he seems to be keeping quite quiet about it. Like, we were looking to see what kind of news or information he'd said about the couple or about the relationship. He's keeping his
nonchalant.
He's keeping his mouth shut about it, which understandable. So I'm sure he's probably just trying to keep it as private as he possibly can to make sure he doesn't, ruin his chances of regaining the trust of his family.
But that's like, you don't deserve it after that. Like, you're after having a baby with another woman in the middle of your marriage. Like, you just deserve to not be happy. in a relationship.
Well, you deserve to not be married.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
fully, especially having a baby.
Yeah.
Like, maybe if you kiss someone, it'd be like, okay, you're a dickhead, but I'll get over it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But having a kid,
Yeah, it's different completely. Like,
you know what I mean? Like, that's 9 months of bollocks.
yeah.
You know? But yeah, hey ho. I was gonna say, like, you know, did you see that coming from Grohl? Because you mentioned that you had a lot of respect for him.
No, I didn't think he'd do something like that. I mean, when he talks about his music and he talks about when he was with Nirvana and he talks about his daughter listening to his music as well, like asking questions and stuff like that. You see them in interviews and stuff, and you just don't. No, I didn't see that coming at all. I
See,
wouldn't have ever thought that.
I have a theory. Whenever people are like that nice,
Yeah,
there's always something going on in the background.
too
It's the
nice.
same with like fucking Ellen DeGeneres. You know, she's always so nice. Oh, I'm so nice, and
Yeah,
she was a
she's well
dickhead
end.
in the background.
Yeah,
And you know, and it's the same with Dave Grohl. Like, I always like. I mean, I quite like the Foo Fighters. They're not my favorite band in the world, but whenever I saw him in interviews, I was like, he seems like a nice guy.
yeah. He seems
But
like a really down there.
he seems so nice to the point where I'm like,
It's what's the catch?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
that's fair enough. Like,
you know.
I wouldn't have seen that because I like Nirvana and I like the Foo Fighters,
Yeah.
and he seems so like down to earth about his time and experiences and stuff like that, and what he's done and what he's been through, and yada yada yada.
I think it's the cynical part of myself, which is, to be fair, quite strong. But
yeah, I'd be like that too. Like, I agree with you now. When you think about it, I'm like, oh well, yeah, I get it now. Like, he probably was too nice for it to be too good to be true. Like,
it's like when someone like does a lot of like virtue signaling. You know, like when someone does a lot of that. You know, when they're like, oh, like Lizzo was a great example. Right, okay, this happened a few months ago. We didn't talk about it on the show, but like, she's all about body positivity. Like, that's the whole thing. Like, she's all about that. And then she got in a lot of trouble because when she went on tour, she was forcing all of her models to do like disgusting sexual acts and stuff. Did we not talk about that? No, they went. So I think it might have been in Amsterdam. They went to like the red light district or something, and she was forcing all of the dancers to go and like shove bananas up their like foo-foos and all that stuff. How can
she force someone to do that? Like, what are you going to say? I'm not going to pay her or something?
Because she's Lizzo, isn't she?
Oh fuck,
you
she's not that famous.
Well, yeah, she's But like when someone is hyping on about that, I'm like, something's not quite right there. You know, you're probably hiding something.
You're probably an absolute dickhead.
Yeah, you're probably compensating for the fact that there's something else that you don't really want to show the world. You know, and I got the same feeling with David Grohl as well. Like, he's always so super. Oh, I'm so super nice. I'm such a nice guy, guys. Yeah. I'm such a nice guy. It's like, are you though?
Yeah, but he's better be like, for me, like, he seemed like he was just down there, and then because I like his music and I like his drumming, I just assumed that he's a nice guy. But like, look,
hey ho,
fuck him.
Yeah, fuck him. Yeah. But hey ho, you know, it is what it is. Linkin Park. This is your kind of thing, isn't it?
So they've come out with a new song, and it's called The Emptiness Machine.
We listened to it a little bit, yeah.
I fucking love it. I think it's great. There's so much controversy around Emily Armstrong. There's so much controversy around her and taking over from Chester and
being a replacement.
The song and the vocals on the song are absolutely excellent.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah.
Linkin Park have been broken up for 7 years. They get back together with a new vocalist after 7 years. 7 years is long enough, and people just don't think that it's okay because they didn't let Chester's memory die with Linkin Park.
Yeah,
like they wanted it to be remembered for that, but now we won't be remembered for Linkin Park if she makes it massive with them and they become just as big as they were before. Whereas I don't think that's an issue. Like, I mean, he's had his time. Like they need to make money in a sense, but I know it's not all about the money. And then there's people there making kind of statements around changing the name from Linkin Park to a different name, but they're like, oh, they won't make the ticket sales if they change the name from Linkin Park. Which again, I agree with completely. Like, I do understand that
it's still the same band. It's just the same band. You know, it's not like
I think the guitarist and some of the background have changed as well. Not all of them, but Mike Cioda, or whatever, I think so is known him, but he's the backup vocalist and the guitarist in the band as well, and like he's the main guy, and him and Chester would have been the two main guys in the band.
I think the main thing is, like, and I know it's a sensitive topic, but like, he's passed away. He died in very unfortunate circumstances. Yeah. Okay, he killed himself. Yeah. I thought it was. Suicide. Yeah. You know, obviously very, very horrible circumstances. But at the end of the day, like, they are musicians. I'm sure they still want to make music. I'm sure 100%. They still want to make art. Like, you do have, I mean, fair enough, if it was the very next day and they're like, oh, by the way, we've got a new singer now, that would be really inconsiderate.
A year or two after,
yeah,
be like, right,
that'd be really inconsiderate. But the fact that it's been 7 years, you know what I mean? Like, that's a long time, like, to get over things, to move on, to try and reimagine yourselves and come up with a new idea and a new sound. You know,
I
like
think the thing with Mike, he said, was that the song was so Linkin Park, it'd be stupid to have it the band as a different name, because the album is more Linkin Park than it's ever been.
yeah,
And it's not just down to, like, obviously Emily coming on. It's down to the fact that they made the album sound like
Mhm.
what Linkin Park should be, and they don't want to change that.
Yeah.
Which is understandable, because that's
Yeah.
his band as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, just get over yourself. Like, I mean, obviously the OGs are all going nuts, and that's understandable. I mean, if it was me, and we'll say whatever, Blink-182, when it happened with them, I think a few of the lads left when someone wanted to stay.
Mm-hmm.
And if they changed lead singer, it wouldn't sound like Blink-182. But what if they want to keep their name? Keep your name. It's your own band. Like, you can do whatever you want with it.
I mean, at the end of the day, like, as long as, I mean, look, like Nirvana, for example, right? Obviously, Kurt Cobain died and they didn't continue, but like, Kurt Cobain was such like a pivotal part of the band. He was literally Nirvana. Yeah. He was a very unique lyricist, very unique singer.
I think he's the only person in the band that was actually there from originally.
Yeah.
Because Dave Grohl was only there for 2 years as Nirvana.
But like, you see Nirvana, and what you're really talking about is Kurt Cobain. You're not talking about anything else, you know? Whereas with Radiohead, you know what I mean? Like, even though obviously I love Tom York, I love him to bits, but like, if he passed away, I know full well that one huge part of Radiohead is also Johnny Greenwood.
Yeah.
Okay,
100%.
like, he's like, if anything, it's 50-50, Johnny Greenwood and Tom York. They're like the big pillars of Radiohead. Yeah. Obviously, Colin, Ed, and Phil are big parts of it as well, but like, those two are like the main forces behind Radiohead, right? So if Tom York did pass away and they found a vocalist who could fill in Tom and a guitarist that could fill in his parts, and they made a new album, and it still was Johnny was the backbone to it, it would still be Radiohead. You know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't be the same, but I would accept it. You know what I mean? Like, and that's how I think people need to kind of look at it. It's like, was Chester like the backbone to Linkin Park? Because here's the thing, right? Before we get into this, I was never interested in Linkin Park. Not that arsed about Linkin Park. Never bothered. Obviously, Chester was upsetting. It's sad when someone commits suicide. But in terms of their music, I was never that interested in their music. I never really got into it. So just coming from you, someone who was a fan, was Chester like the songwriter? Was he the main act of Linkin Park?
I think the two of them, because there was parts of it where Mike would be a kind of more of a rapper, kind of rapper rock kind of genre music in a sense. But like, the two of them were pivots. Like, again, as you said there with Johnny Greenwood, like there was 50-50 in that in Radiohead, where you'd look at, that's their band, they own it, they've made it, they've brought it to where it is. They both would have done it. Like, I mean, Chester was, and always probably will be in everyone's mind, unbelievably gifted.
Oh yeah, of course.
And he hits the high notes, and he has that
raw gravelly voice.
Like, I mean,
his voice is like mental.
It's like, it was brilliant, and that's why, because it was so good. But Emily's just as good.
Yeah,
she's just.
Well, I listened to her when we put her on, when you put her on, sorry, and she sounds great.
She's amazing. She's a great voice.
It's definitely not my style. It's not what I would go to. But like objectively, when I was listening to it, I was like, she's a good singer. You know what I mean? She fits the style. She fits the need. You know, it's like, she works.
Bringing back of like something everybody loves. Like, I mean, it's not going to be the same. No one's trying to compare her to Chester. They wanted someone to fit the space where it like having their older songs with the graveliness and with the kind of rock vibe to it. She does it all. She can do it all, and rightly so. She should do it.
Yeah. I think the main thing really is when someone passes away in a band, and they leave, or even if they separate and leave the band and they're still alive, as long as the main parts of the band don't fully consist on that one person that's left, then that's fine. That band can still continue. Yeah. They just need to find someone to fill the void.
It'd be more stupid if Mike wasn't there and then they kept the name Linkin Park through the musicians.
Yeah.
Rather than the voice and the hero of.
Great example. Beatles, right? John Lennon, Paul McCartney, and George Harrison, backbones of that band.
And Ringo.
But if either one of those died, John Lennon obviously did, and George Harrison has now passed away. But like, if either three of those died and they wanted to continue as the Beatles, they could make it work.
Yeah,
you know, they didn't, but they could have done if they wanted to. Like, if Paul McCartney and George Harrison were still alive and they decided, you know what, let's bring back the Beatles, they could do it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't feel disgusted and heartbroken that John Lennon isn't there, it would be sad.
It'd be sad, but it's again,
but it wouldn't. It would still work.
2 of the 3 are still there.
Yeah, because they're the main writers. John Lennon, Paul McCartney, and George Harrison. They were the main writers of Beatles. They were the backbones of Beatles. Ringo did a couple, which weren't great. But they're the main pillars of the Beatles, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And if they only had 2 of the pillars left, it would still sound like the Beatles.
Yeah, 100%.
So I think that's what people need to pay attention to. Is like, was Linkin Park purely defined by Chester?
No.
I don't think so. I'm not a massive fan, so I
the
don't know.
OGs would say possibly that all go like he was the reason we love Linkin Park.
Right.
But then everyone loves Mike Shinoda. Oh, I can't think of his name. It's something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to give him the credit he deserves as well, because he was a massive part of Linkin Park. If he wants to bring in someone to continue his dream of being in Linkin Park, then that's fucking let him make money.
Yeah.
Like if he wants to use Linkin Park to
I don't even think it's about money. I think it's about continuing what he loves. It's his passion, right?
But like he's got someone in. Okay, there's controversy around Danny Masterson and stuff like that. With the girl that Emily does.
Yeah, you mentioned that. Yeah,
and I don't even want to go into detail on that because it's just not a place to say it. Again, it's just people looking for a reason to make her look stupid because she's not.
Basically, a way to
belittle her.
Yeah, belittle her. Yeah.
And it's just stupid. You're using something that like a relationship she might have been in, or a relationship she had with a person, to make her feel shit about herself when there's no need for it at all.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think the song "Emptiness Machine" is absolutely. It's a banging tune. I've listened to it in the headphones when I'm going for a walk with the dog, and I'm like, yeah, great.
People just need to maybe not take themselves so seriously. Yeah,
just get over it.
Yeah, just listen to a new
Give
style.
her a chance.
Still obviously hold Chester in your hearts, but at the end of the day,
he'll always be there. He'll always be part of it. Like, I mean, he'll probably be part of it in terms of like background visuals and stuff like that. He'll always be part of Linkin Park, and he'll always be the biggest part of Linkin Park in a sense. One of the biggest parts. She's there now to give them another step to make an album, just to make
something new.
Yeah, just let her do it.
To reinvent themselves, right? And look, I mean, all the power to them. That's all I'm going to say. I think that's a great idea. I don't think them doing this is absolutely at all treading on his memory at all.
Not at all.
I think the people who think it is need to, take themselves less seriously.
Yeah, open your mind up a little bit.
If you love Linkin Park, well, this new album is going to sound just like Linkin Park because it mostly is Linkin Park.
Exactly.
So enjoy it, listen to it, try and embrace something new, and I'm sure you'll find yourself enjoying it.
And then just speaking about people breaking up and getting back together again.
Yeah, talking of breaking up and getting back together, I have some sad news. I'm not single. Sorry.
All the lads going mad.
No, Black Midi have unfortunately officially broken up. It's very sad news for me because they were probably my favorite band to keep an eye on in recent years, because like the stuff they've been making, the stuff they've been doing has been crazy.
Yeah.
And like, I was so excited to see when they were going to release a new album. I was saying to Shannon, they probably just left because they made Hellfire and they were like, oh, it's a High 9 album. Let's just leave it. Let's leave it at that. We're not going to beat that. Let's leave it and come back 30 years later. But yeah, they've officially disbanded for now. They haven't said that like the reasoning, and they haven't said that they're going to be broken up forever.
Yeah.
But it looks like the reason is because they're looking to expand and work on solo careers, which I was going to mention, right? It makes sense for Black Midi because when you listen to their music, you do get the sense that there is a lot of different genres and tastes and styles.
Yeah, definitely.
And
it's definitely quirky and like, you were saying, or orchestral, and then there's like
there's Western, there's like acoustic, there's like heavy metal elements, there's like thrash metal, there's noise rock, there's loads of stuff going on in their music, which is why I love them so much, why I think they're brilliant. But like, I do understand, it makes sense to me that one of them is probably more bent towards a certain genre and a certain style, and another one is bent towards another one, and etc. Right?
But there's nothing to say that they go on their solo careers like most musicians want to do eventually, or in a sense, but it doesn't work, and then they come back to what they had as a High 9 album.
Yeah. Well, that's
so
what I
think. Losing anything.
I think likely what they're going to. I mean, obviously, I don't know because I don't know what is. I mean, Geordie Greep, the singer and lead guitarist, he's an amazing guitarist, by the way. If you've never seen him on guitar, he's crazy, and he's so young as well. And the fucking stuff he can do on guitar, being like 20, is crazy. even when they first came out, I think they were like 19 or 18, and the stuff they can do is just fucking insane.
Sensational.
Yeah, drummers in mental as well. Drummers unbelievable. They're all unbelievable. They're brilliant.
So we
musicians.
listened to one of their albums on this podcast, and it was
Hellfire.
We were just saying during actually just there we mentioned it was probably one of my top 3 since that we've reviewed.
It was your most surprised.
It was the most surprised, definitely. It gets that award.
Yeah, it's they're brilliant musicianships, like, and I have a feeling they're probably going to go on the bassist. I have a feeling the bassist is probably leaning towards more acoustic stuff, because he's the guy who always writes, like, he's the guy who's always singing over like the more western-y styled songs. So I have a feeling he's probably bent more towards that western acoustic style, whereas Geordie is probably more on like the alternative art rock scene. Like, he's probably going to more do that kind of thing, which I'm really excited about.
Experimental.
Yeah, like, you know, prog rock, like kind of experimental in certain areas. Like, maybe he's going to do some stuff which is very interesting. I am looking forward to seeing what he does. The drummer's crazy as well, so I mean, I imagine he would do some stupid mental stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, I am excited to see what they do as soloists, but a part of me just like really longs for them to be back together again.
Yeah. It's only been a day.
Literally, I only found out in the office 2 days ago. Someone told me in the office and broke the news to me.
Who?
I think I'm terrible with names. I think his name's Greg. I hope he's not listening to this. And he's like, that's not my fucking
Greg
name.
who?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm terrible with names.
I just someone that knows, like, is the fellow with the beard and glasses?
No, he's not got a beard. No, he's an older guy. But he's a nice guy. I'm just shit with names.
But it's funny that you didn't know. Like, someone told you.
I don't know. He's the guy who also told me to listen to Yard Act. Funny enough.
Okay.
He came up to me. He's like, "You heard like Yard Act?" And I was like, "No." And he was like, "You should listen to them. You really like them." And I was like,
"I got you known them for years."
No. He told me about them, and I went back and listened to them. And I came back into the next day, like, "Yeah, they're sick. Like, they're so good." And then he came. Like, I was in the office, and I wasn't sat next to him, but he was sat between me and Brandon. And he shouted over to me. He's like, "Oh, have you heard the news?" And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Black Midi." And I was like, thinking, "Oh, new album." And he was like, "No, they're broken up."
Oh,
and I was like,
"What the fuck?"
I was literally like, "You've ruined my day."
I'm not doing any sales today.
Yeah, literally. And but it wasn't long ago when Black Country New Road broke up as well.
Yeah.
Did you? Have you not listened to them yet? That's an album I should throw in the poll, actually, because they're unbelievable as well. They're like not as crazy as Black Midi, but they're kind of the same genre style. But they're really good really good bands. They have this album called Ants From Up There, which honestly to me is like probably a 10.
Yeah.
Like, unbelievable album.
Ants From Up There.
Ants From Up There, yeah.
Ants as in like ANTS?
Yeah, like the
ants,
insects.
not your aunt.
Yeah, Ants From Up There. No, Ants From Up There. Unbelievable album. The only song on that album that isn't unbelievable, to be fair, it won't get a 10 then, would be Snow Globes, but every other song on that album is like, whew,
sick.
Unbelievable. So, but yeah, bad news. Look, hopefully they get back together, and also I'm looking forward to seeing what their solo work brings us. But yeah, it's a bit of shit news.
It's cool that you're going to get 4 different versions of Black Midi, though. Or like, is there more than 4? But like 4.
3. There's 3 that make up the trio. There's the Geordie Group. There was 4 on the first album, but one of them left. They've been falling apart since. Yeah. And then the second and third album is a trio, but they have like session musicians come in.
Yeah.
So it's just Geordie Group, and I actually don't know the other names. But the drummer and the bassist are like the main trio. And they're all really talented musicians, and they're so young as well, which is why I love watching them, because they've got so much potential,
so much progression there.
Yeah, because like they're only 20.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, like I think so. I think they're only 20. They only just left university recently.
Okay.
So like they're very, very, very young, but they sound like they could be 40.
Yeah.
I mean, because of their musical ability. So yeah, really excited to see what they do, and I hope they do come back together at some point in the future and rock our socks off.
Rock our fucking socks off, you bastard!
But yeah, is that it then for today? I reckon
that's everything up in a ball. You're gonna hear an acoustic version of what's the song again? Monkey Do?
Specials, Monkey Man.
Monkey Man.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that now. Okay. Hope you have a lovely day.
Thanks for joining us again.
Chapettes. See you around. Bye.
Bye.
This one's for the bouncers. Big monkey man.
up a big monkey man. It's no lie, it's no lie. You're hugging up a big monkey man. Now I know that you understand. You're turning a monkey on me. Now I know that you understand. You're turning a monkey on me. Lie, you're hugging up a big monkey man. You're hugging up a big monkey man. La 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 la. You're hugging up a big monkey man. La 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 la. You're hugging up a big monkey man.
It's fun. We should do that as a side piece and as a song, like just for a bit of crack.
Yeah.